Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Angling Unleashed. I don't know how I'm still messing that up, but I am. In this video, I am going to be doing the 2016 Rod and Reel Arsenal. I did one of these last year and it got pretty decent views for this channel. So I decided to make one for 2016. You're going to start seeing more of these little non-fishing videos now that it's becoming fall and rolling into winter, because of the fact that ice is pretty soon going to start building up on the lakes, but not enough to where we would be able to get out there and ice fish. So that's why I'm making one of these. I know for a fact that I will try to get at least one or two more, well, at least 2 or 3 more. I already got one planned if it goes through, so at least 1 or 2 more fishing videos. If you hear any birds flying around, it's because it's like evening and there's always a bunch of cranes that fly over right at this time. And then we also got over there, we also got some chickens. So, and it's getting kind of dark, as you can see in the background. Maybe if I turn this way. There, that's better. So, hold on. Gotta go grab my rods. Alright, so in this updated version of the Rod and Reel Arsenal, you are going to see a few of the same rods that you saw last year, but most of them are new. So yeah, let's get into the video. I'll start off with the ones that you haven't seen. The first one of my favorite types of fishing, but not my best type of fishing, is crankbait fishing. Right now on this I gotta flip this crankbait on. This is a 7-foot medium fast crankbait rod from Wright & McGill, and it's like 40 degrees out right now, so it's cold. But this is paired up with a Lew's Speed Spool 6-to-1 gear ratio. 6-to-1 gear ratio with 12-pound line. I don't like to go more than 14 at the most for crankbait fishing, but I don't like to go less than 10. So that is the first one. Most of these rods that I'm going to be showing you, well, about half of them are going to be Wright & McGill, and then all the reels, about half of them are going to be Lew's Speed Spool, because those rods I've never had any bad luck with. I've never had one break without having to like slam it in a door, in a compartment locker. That's the only time I've ever seen a Wright & McGill rod break. And then the Lew's Speed Spool, I've never had any problems with that, besides personal, like, didn't care for it as well as I should have. Another new reel, Rod and Reel. This one's actually a combo. This is from Browning. I don't know how you want to pronounce it. But this is my drop shot rod. It is a super light 6-foot. Yep, it's a super light action 6-foot. I mean, when I ordered it, I didn't think it was going to be a super light action, but it was. And I mean, I was looking for a medium light, but hasn't had any issues with it. It's a 2-piece, which is, you can see there, it's a 2-piece, which is nice for traveling. But at the same time, it kind of gets in the way, because sometimes if you bang it up, your eyelets will get out of order, out of line. So this has 8-pound test on it, and see how much line there is. I don't remember how much line there is, but say there's 8-pound test on that. Next rod is not actually mine, but I've used it. You haven't seen it. Well, you have. You have seen it in quite a few of my videos. But this is a, what is this? It's a 6-foot medium power Fenwick Eagle GT. I'm not sure if that's like the actual name. I'm assuming it is. But yeah, paired with a Cardinal reel, 5:1 gear ratio, with 8-pound tests. I like to throw, like right now, I got a super finesse jig on. I also like to throw like walleye jigs and other small baits that you can't really throw on a bait caster. Yeah. So next rod. Next rod is one you might have seen. I don't know. I don't think so. But this is a 7.6 fast action Wright & McGill heavy cover. I use it for frogging rod with 50-pound braid on a 6/4-to-1 loose speed spool. There it is. It's actually super nice to have like heavy pound braid on this because I honestly can cast this thing anywhere. I mean, I have broken off on this. I have broken off on super heavy braid, like if I get caught in a rock. I mean, what else are you supposed to do? But at the same time, I can also, like if I do get caught in a rock somehow, like if I'm using a big jig, most of the time, unless it's a huge rock, most of the time you can literally just flip the rock over by just pulling on it. So that's why I use such heavy line on this rod. That's one of my favorite types of fishing too, is frogging. One that I think you have seen. No, you haven't seen this one, I don't think. This is another Wright & McGill finesse worm / fluke rod. It is 7 foot. With, as you can see here, the last 2 rods have both had super small eyelets. You can kind of see, I don't know. There, you can see the picture. It's not really focused, but you get the picture. They're super small eyelets for better accuracy. And this is mixed or paired with a Quantum reel, 6:3 gear ratio with 17-pound test. As you can see right now, I got this little craw bait on. I also throw Senkos on this sometimes. Flukes, as it says. And, or I can also throw finesse type of jigs on that. That's probably the rod that I've caught most of my fish on this year. Is that one? Next rod. This rod I have never used before. One reason why I have never used it, as you can see, has no reel. It is a Strike Force 6.6 medium rod. The reason why I don't have a reel for it is because, long story short, we got a whole bunch of new rods. We got like 7 of them and split them up evenly, as even as we could. My brother got 3 of them, and he has the most rods at the moment. I got only 2, and my dad got 2. So he gave me 2. He needed some reels for his new rods, so he took a reel off this rod and another rod that he gave to my dad and used them for his new rods. So that's why I have a rod right here without a reel. This one I might use for jig fishing, depending on what rod I find works best for jig fishing. Next rod, I got 3 more. This is a Mojo Bass, or St. Croix rod, Mojo Bass spinner bait rod, paired with a loose speed spool, 6:8 to 1 gear ratio with 50-pound braid on this. Right now, as you see, it says spinnerbait, but when I got it, I didn't realize it said spinnerbait, so I put 50-pound braid on it because I thought it was my dad thought it was a frogging stick. But actually, I found out that this is better. Like, I'd rather have this. Ooh, I'd rather have my other frogging stick than this one because, well, what is this action, by the way? It's 7-foot medium heavy power, but I've tested this out with jigs, tested it out with top water stuff, big spinnerbaits, like almost musky spinnerbaits, like huge spinnerbaits you saw in that one video I got a big bass on, and other things. So I'm kind of just testing out while I have braid on there, but I think I might go to spinnerbaits depending on this next rod. This rod is currently the one that I do throw spinnerbaits on. It is a camo stick rod. It's a Mossy Oak breakup camo stick. It is medium heavy, 6'6", with a loose speed spool on it. This one's banged up a little. This reel is with 17-pound test. That's because that's my fault, not the reel's fault. That's because I just haven't taken care of this reel. I've had it for like 4 years, which is also part of it. But yeah, on this rod I throw spinnerbaits. I throw spinnerbaits, buzzbaits, as you can see I have tied on here, and chatterbaits and a whole bunch of different things. So, I guess next rod, this is my last rod. Last and final rod, my favorite type of fishing, by far. And this is jerkbait fishing. This is actually from Wright & McGill jerkbait slash topwater. This camera's not the best for focusing. It's not my phone. It's actually a pretty nice camera. I don't know how you can get it to focus. Definitely not that way, I guess. I've seen people do that. Hold it still. Yeah, it's not going to focus in time. But this is paired with a loose speed spool, 6-to-1 gear ratio, 5-to-1 gear ratio. And I have 17-pound test on this. I don't think I said that already. As the name of what this reel is used for kind of says what I use it for. I use this for jerkbaits and topwater, but usually the only topwater I throw on this would be a Rogue. As you can see, I have tied on now. This thing. I had really good jerkbait fishing, really good jerkbait fishing here, until I lost my 2 best jerkbaits at that spot that I caught that we were fishing with the Barbie rods. Yeah, I lost both my good jerkbaits there. I have another jerkbait, but I don't feel confident in that. I've never caught a fish on it. So I'm going to have to get new jerkbaits. It's actually getting really dark. It doesn't look like that on camera. But I'll just show you the sky. And so, which brings me to the end of the video. Thanks for watching today's video. If you liked it, please press that like button and subscribe. I'll try to get videos out every, like, at least 2 or 3 a month. So that would be like at least 1 a week, hopefully. It might slow down for a while because of, as I said, that ice deal. But yeah, don't forget to get your lines wet. See ya.